Ever wonder what's behind the crazy good graphics in video games these days? Or how, AI is getting so smart so fast?
Yeah, it's pretty mind-blowing.
Well, we're diving into the world of GPUs today.
Those super powerful processors that are like everywhere in tech.
Yeah, and I feel like we hear the term GPU all the time, but do we really know what they are?
Exactly. So we're going to break it all down.
Awesome. So, what is a GPU?
Okay, so think of it like this. Your computer has a CPU.
The central processing unit.
Right, and that's kind of like the brain, the general manager.
It does, like everything.
Pretty much.
All right.
Runs your operating system, opens your web browser, you name it.
Okay, so where does the GPU come in?
So the GPU, the graphics processing unit, is like the specialist for handling tons of data all at once. Like, imagine teaching an AI to spot cats in pictures, right?
Okay,
A CPU would look at each picture one by one.
like super slow.
Right.
No.
But a GPU, it can analyze like thousands at the same time.
Whoa, really?
Yeah, way faster.
So it's not just one thing at a time. It's like a whole team working at once.
Exactly. That's parallel processing.
Okay, I kind of get it.
And that's perfect for things like those 3D graphics in games, analyzing huge amounts of data, and of course, powering AI.
So it's not just about graphics, really.
Nope, it's processing power, and lots of it.
But how does that actually play out in the real world?
Well, I mean, you already mentioned gaming.
Right, but what about AI and all that data stuff?
So imagine a medical researcher is working on a new cancer treatment.
Okay.
They might use a GPU to analyze massive data sets like patient info, genetics, trial results.
Trying to find patterns?
Exactly. A normal CPU would take forever, but a GPU can do it super fast.
That's wild.
And that's just one example.
It seems like there are endless possibilities.
Pretty much. As we create more and more data, GPUs are becoming essential in like finance, manufacturing, weather forecasting.
So GPUs are going to be super important as tech keeps advancing.
Definitely. But understanding what they are is only step one.
What's next?
Figuring out how to use all that power effectively. And that's where things like Google Cloud come in.
Okay, so let's talk about Google Cloud. They have different types of GPUs, right?
Yep. It's all about finding the right tool for the job,
Makes sense. What kind of GPU options are we even talking about?
So Google Cloud has these different GPU families. Each one's kind of built for certain things.
Okay, so what are the big names I should know about?
At the top, you got the A3 series.
Yeah.
Those use NVIDIA H100 GPUs.
And those are the heavy lifters?
Oh, yeah. These things are beasts. We're talking trillions of operations per second.
Trillions. Is that even a real number?
It's a lot. Imagine analyzing the entire Library of Congress digital collection.
Okay.
One A3 GPU could probably do it in under an hour.
No way. So what would you even use that kind of power for?
The really big stuff, cutting-edge AI research, training those huge AI models, complex simulations.
So simulating the entire universe kind of stuff.
Haha, pretty
Ah.
much.
Okay, so A3 is top of the line. But what if I don't need quite that much power?
That's where the A2 series comes in. Still super powerful. They use NVIDIA A100 GPUs, and they're great for demanding AI stuff.
Okay, so still AI, but maybe not, universe simulating AI.
Exactly. It's all about finding the right tool for the job.
Right, that makes sense. So A3 and A2, those are the powerhouses. But what about something a bit more well-rounded?
You're thinking of the G2 series. They use NVIDIA L4 GPUs. Good for a bunch of different things.
So if A3 is a supercar and A2 is a monster truck, G2 is a really nice SUV.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Great for everyday use, but can still handle some heavy lifting.
I like it. Okay, what about people who want to really customize their setup?
Then we're talking about M1 machines.
Those sound serious.
They're like the custom-built PCs of the Google Cloud world.
Oh, interesting. So I can pick and choose the parts I want.
Yep. With N1 machines, you can choose from a bunch of different NVIDIA GPUs, T4, P4, V100, P100.
So I can really fine-tune it?
Exactly. That's the beauty of it.
That's got to be super useful for researchers and people doing really specific work.
For sure. Cloud computing gives you that flexibility. You're not limited by physical hardware anymore.
Okay, so you mentioned each GPU series is best for certain tasks. Can you give me some real-world examples? What are these things actually doing out there?
Sure. Think about 3D animation.
Like the amazing special effects you see in movies and stuff?
Yeah, exactly. Those animators need seriously powerful computers to create that stuff.
It's crazy how real it all looks.
Right. All that lighting, the textures, the way things move, it takes a ton of processing power. And that's where NVIDIA RTX virtual workstations come in, or VWS for short.
Ah, right.
Yeah.
like having your own high-tech art studio, but virtual.
Exactly. So instead of needing a huge, expensive physical space.
Which, let's be real, not everyone has.
Yeah, totally.
Well,
With RTX VWS, animators, game devs, architects, engineers, anyone who needs that kind of power can access it from anywhere.
so you're saying I could be designing the next hit video game from, like, a coffee shop?
Pretty much. All you need is a decent internet connection. It's about flexibility, collaboration, and like being able to work from anywhere without sacrificing performance.
That's amazing,
hmm
especially with so many people working remotely these days.
It's definitely a game changer.
It seems like Google Cloud has really put a lot of thought into, like, all the different ways people use GPUs.
Oh, yeah, for sure. They've got options for everyone, from those researchers doing super complex AI stuff to like artists creating amazing visuals.
It's really incredible when you think about it.
It is.
Well, we've covered a ton of ground today, from the basics of what a GPU even is to all the amazing things they can do.
Definitely a lot to unpack.
We talked about all the different GPU options on Google Cloud and how each one is kind of designed for specific tasks.
Makes you realize there's a lot more to it than just better graphics, right?
Totally.
Yeah.
It's like this whole hidden world powering so much of what we see and do every day.
And it's only getting more powerful and more important as technology advances.
It feels like we're just scratching the surface of what GPUs can do.
Absolutely. Who knows what incredible things we'll be able to achieve in the future?
That's what I love about all this tech stuff. It's always changing, always evolving.
Keeps things interesting.
It really does. Well, thanks for joining me on this deep dive into the world of GPUs. I learned a ton, and I hope you did too.
It's been fun. Always happy to nerd out about GPUs.
Until next time, keep exploring and stay curious.